I am Dr. Shankar from School of Management, University Science Malaysia, wholly owned subsidiary. A wholly owned subsidiary is a company whose common stock is 100% owned by another corporation known as the parent company or holding company because the parent company owns all the shares. Key characteristics of the wholly owned subsidiary: complete control. The parent company makes full or major decisions regarding management policies, product development, marketing, and financial allocation. Separate legal entity. Even though it is 100% owned by the parent company, the subsidiary is legally registered as a separate corporate entity in the country or state where it operates. Risk management. While the parent company controls the subsidiary, a separate legal status, often helps shield the parent company from certain local liabilities, lawsuits, or financial debts, though financial losses can still impact the parent firm. Full profit retention. Because there are no minority shareholders or joint venture partners, 100% of the profit generated by the subsidiary flow directly back to the parent company. How a wholly owned subsidiary is found? Green investment, acquisition of assets. The parent company builds a brand new operation from the ground in a foreign country or new market, buying land, buying a building, a factory, and hiring local staff under a new local corporate registration. That's why we call green investment. Acquisition measure the parent company buy out 100% of the shares of an existing independent company, turning that acquired firm into a wholly owned subsidiary. In other words, we can call this brown bag strategy. Other examples can be Instagram and WhatsApp. Meta, formerly Facebook, owns 100% of Instagram and WhatsApp. They operate as wholly owned subsidiary under the broader Meta corporate umbrella. Perodua EMW Daihatsu. In the Malaysian context, while local automotive groups have historical joint venture roots, many major international tech and manufacturing firms establish local sales or manufacturing arms structured as wholly owned subsidiary to manage regional distribution directly. Lexus Toyota. Lexus operates as a wholly owned luxury vehicle subsidiary of its parent company Toyota Motor Corporation. Advantages versus disadvantages. Advantages can be total operational control, right? Full profit capture. All revenue belongs to the parent organization. Protection of intellectual property. Proprietary technology and trade secret are well secured. Disadvantages: high capital investment. Setting up, buying company entirely on your own, extremely expensive. High financial risks. If the venture fails, the parent company absorbs 100% of the losses. Complex setup. Navigating foreign laws, regulations, labor law, and taxes entirely on your own can be challenging. Leading destinations for direct investment for wholly owned subsidiary. Advanced economies in Europe, Britain, Japan, and North America are popular FDI destinations, mainly as attractive markets to open wholly owned subsidiary. In recent years, emerging markets and developing economies have gained appeal as FDI destinations. Firms target China, Mexico, and Eastern Europe to do low cost manufacturing and easily access huge adjoining regional markets. Nature of foreign direct investment. The most advanced, expensive, complex, and riskiest entry strategy involving the establishment of manufacturing plant, marketing subsidiary, or other facilities abroad. Target countries are both advanced economies and emerging markets. Occasionally raises patriotic sentiments among citizens, a bid by Chinese oil company Sinuk Limited to buy California-based local corporation for 18.5 billion raised concerns over the possibility of a Chinese state enterprise gaining control in the critical US energy sector. Consequently, the US Congress banned that deal. Some of the key features of foreign direct investment represent substantial resource commitment, implies local presence and operations, firm invests in countries and provide special comparative advantages, substantial risk and uncertainty. Direct investors deal more intensively with specific social and cultural variables in the host market. Market seeking motive. For example, to have the wholly owned subsidiary, what can be the motives? Gain access to new market opportunities. The existence of a large market motivates many firms to produce goods at or near customer locations. Boeing, Coca Cola, IBM, McDonald's, and Toyota all generate more sales abroad than they do at home. Follow key customers. Firms often follow the key customers abroad to preempt other vendors from serving. Trade gear industry supplies the plastic that its customer Procter and Gamble uses to make disposable diaper. When P&G built a plant in China, Trade Gear established a production there too. Continue to be the market-seeking motive. Compete with key rivals in their own market. Some MNEs choose to compete with competitors directly in their home market. The purpose is to weaken and force the rival to expand resources defending its own market. Caterpillar entered Japan to touch up rival Komatsu to hamper Komatsu's ability to expand its activity in the US. Besides that, resource or asset seeking motives. Access raw materials needed in extractive and agricultural industries. Firms in the mining and oil industry must go where the raw materials are located. Gain access to knowledge or other asset. When Whirlpool entered Europe, it partnered with Philips to access well-known brand name and distribution channel. Access technological and managerial know-how available in the key market. The firm may benefit by establishing a presence in key industrial clusters, such as robotics industry in Japan, chemicals in Germany, fashion in Italy, and software in the US. Efficiency seeking motives. Reduce sourcing and problems production caused by accessing inexpensive labor and other cheap input to production process. This motive accounts for the massive development of manufacturing facilities in China, Mexico, Eastern Europe, and India. Locate production near customers. In the fashion industry, Spain, Zara, and Sweden's H&M locate much of their garment production in key markets such as Spain and Turkey. Take advantage of government incentive. In addition to restriction import, government may offer subsidies and tax accessories to foreign firms to encourage them to invest locally. Avoid trade barrier. By establishing a physical presence within a country, the investor obtains the same advantages as local firms. The desire to avoid trade barrier helps explain why Japanese automakers set up factories in the United States. Here is to share about Walmart experience. Germany, Walmart failed to understand the market. Walmart could not compete with local firms and left the market. Mexico built huge US style parking lots, but most Mexicans lacked car and city bus stops were very far. Some shoppers could not haul their purchases home. Brazil, families do their big shopping on payday. Aisles were too narrow to accommodate the rush. Argentina, Walmart red, white, and blue banners reminiscent of the US flag offended local tastes. With that, thank you for listening. See you again in the next video.